The world's first all-electric powerboat race series has made its African debut in Lagos. The E1 World Championship held its penultimate race on the city's waterways on Saturday, bringing the high-speed zero-emission competition to a new continent. Now, the event drew a massive crowd, with spectators praising the unique spectacle and its positive impact on local tourism. On the water, Team Rafa, associated with tennis star Rafael Nadal, claimed the championship lead by a single point from Team Brady, owned by NFL legend Tom Brady. A series uses special designed racebird boats that employ foil technology to minimize their environmental impact. Now, E1's CEO stated that Lagos was chosen for its energy and alignment with a series of values of sustainability and, of course, technology. Arise News Sports correspondent Aron Akerejola has been covering the E1 Lagos Grand Prix and now joins us for updates. Hello, Aron. All right. Aron, if you can hear me, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Niyi. Faintly, but I can hear you.
All right, very good. So how significant is this race? It's the first of its kind in this part of the world.
All right, yes, Niyi. First of its kind, I must actually say history being made here in the Lagos Lagoon. The waters here behind me being record to history as the first of its kind, not just in Lagos, not just in Nigeria, but on the continent of Africa. All right, the E1 Lagos GP actually lighting up the waters, and I must tell you that it's been quite remarkable. And if we were to just get straight into it as it starts right now, because the final race is still being expected as we speak. In a matter of moments, we will be having things go down. But teams that have distinguished themselves today, Team Tom Brady, who won last year, led in the championship, came into this particular one, had to overcome gear problems, and right now they are in firm control of this particular one. I must say kudos to them for what they've actually been able to do, doing great things. Of course, Team DJ Drogba, certainly another pleasure to watch here in Lagos. But I must say that quite a number of people have gathered here today to bear witness to history, and they haven't been disappointed because the E1 Lagos GP is here to stay. And I spoke to the governor earlier on in the day, and he spoke about the commitment of Lagos to ensuring that marquee events like this, international events like this, become synonymous with Lagos, and it will help build the ecosystem. I spoke to the people in tourism, and they're saying that this is a breath of fresh air. This is an opportunity to have to prepare themselves for 30 December. So you look at all that is happening today, history just unfolding here in Lagos State.
Very good, Aron. Now, the use of alternative energy in powering boats, we've seen that in E-Grand Prix as well, in car races. So how is technology shaping racing sports as we know it, you think?
You and I know this because of the issues with climate change. There have been proponents that have been hitting hard on fossil fuel, and the companies that probably produce these fossil fuels, because they are, at a certain time, they were the biggest drivers of sport. They were the biggest investors of sport. As a matter of fact, as I speak to you, because this particular E1 GP that we're speaking about is being heavily backed by the PIF, which is Saudi Arabia. But you and I know this, over the years, Saudi Arabia has decided to diversify away from oil and go into other sectors to ensure that when it becomes a taboo to engage with fossil fuel, that they have things to actually lynch into. They've got the deep pockets, and that's what they've decided to do. Throw their weight around clean energy, sustainable energy, the future. And as you can actually see, the evening races might be beginning in just a moment. But as it stands right about now, this is the world we find ourselves in. And the consciousness has grown over the years that fossil fuel, it's something that we need to jettison. And bringing clean and sustainable energy. And that is why E1 is resonating with people, because it is the future. These boats are not powered by fossil fuel. These boats are purely powered by electrics.
Very good, Aron. Just before the race starts, for racing enthusiasts rather in Lagos and elsewhere, what has been their reaction where you are at the moment?
I didn't get that.
For racing enthusiasts, of course, in Lagos, what has been their reaction to this tournament where you are at the moment at the event?
Man, Lagosians just came to witness the novelty of it, and it's been quite the excitement. All right, of course, our cameras will not be able to pan the number of people that have shown up to just catch a glimpse. And time again, the funny part of this is that a lot of people have been saying, we don't really understand what's going on, but we are liking what we see. But that's the beauty of the sport, that there is a reckoning point that says that if you see this tomorrow, you will say, yes, you can actually link it up. The law of recognition will set in, because this is not new to you anymore. And we know this is a new sport because it just began last year. This is a growing sport, but nevertheless, with the backers behind this sport, it's only a matter of time. It's going to be front and center. And with the Lagos government committing to ensuring that this happens, it's going to be front and center. And the organizers themselves have been blown away with the hospitality, with the serenity, and with the atmosphere of Lagos. You cannot be mystified by what you see when you come into Lagos. And that has been the story of E1 Lagos GP. And the biggest takeaway is that it's an opportunity for others to see that when it comes to international events, that we can do it. Because remember, it was just yesterday that people like Mike Tamabo were deciding that, well, let's bring racing down to Nigeria and let's see how we can make things happen. And racing has never been the same again ever since then. And it has grown in leaps and bounds. And we've had major international events right now. Just a few days ago, we were there to cover Chaos in the Ring, the biggest boxing event after the Rumble in the Jungle back in the 70s. So this is a testament that we do have the chops. We have the capacity to host not just national events, but international events.
Indeed, Aron. Now, can you just, before you go, give us a glimpse of the operators of these boats? Is it Nigerians? We already know the backers, some of the backers, but are Nigerians the ones actually operating the ones on the races so far?
All right, you might need to say that. What about Nigerians? I didn't get that part.
Who are the operators of the boats, the ones you have on the races so far?
If I was to make, I hope I got your question right, but speaking about Nigerians in general, and I must say that when it comes to sports, they are always open to something new, something fresh, something liberating. And if there's anything Lagos has done, although some have said it is elitist, but nevertheless, it has been a melting pot, because what this will do, and I must say this, is that as the Lagos State government goes into 2026, they would have to budget in ensuring that they keep this water, this coastline, this particular waters, the Lagos Lagoon here, pristine, so that it can host better races, so that it can draw more people. Because as you can actually see down there, as we try to wrap it up, look at the number of people. They've been there for the last 4 hours down that particular building there. They've been there to just witness history being made, and it's been like that along this particular lagoon line. Even the president is having a little party to gather some of his friends to actually watch along the line. That's the beauty of this. And it's up to the Lagos State government, who have shown commitment, and they said they will do this to ensure that this is not just a one-off, It's still an opportunity to make a lot of things happening. And as you can see, for now, the races might have been done, and you can see that there's even a party going on right there. All right, with some of those yachts already hosting parties. It's been history in the making. It's been one to savor for a very, very long time. And I must say, kudos to the organizers of this particular race. It is one that will go down in history books.
Indeed, history in the making. Aron Akerejola, Rise sports correspondent, reporting on the e-boat race which has been taking place in Lagos State. It's good to have you with us.